All right. Hi, it's Stacy Jordan from Red Sleigh Workshop. Thank you so much for coming to our Facebook Live Slay this
Stacy
season
Jordan
with
from Red Sleigh Workshop.
this is loud. Wait, whose was that? Was that you
Sorry, that
guys?
was me.
That
That
was
was
you,
me.
Patrick. Great to see everybody here. Let me go ahead and do my introductions real quick so everyone knows who we are. So I'm Stacy Jordan. I'm the founder, CEO of Red Sleigh Workshop. I've been in the commercial Christmas industry now for 22 years. And this is what I'm very passionate about Christmas and about teaching people, training people how to go from residential to commercial Christmas. That's what I do. I also want to introduce Patrick Russell. He's my business partner at Red Sleigh Workshop. He definitely was in the trenches with me this year, installing, managing crews, bidding projects, all of that. But he's definitely the calm in my storm and steady leader that I need around for the season. Today we went over like a big vision of the next season, next year together in our big growth, big picture growth stuff. So that's pretty exciting. And Patrick's one of the reasons that our clients can like confidently step into bigger projects because we have each other to work together. So that's Patrick for you. And then we have Ashley Bissing, and she is from One Love Social. So excited to have you here. She's the founder and one of the most smartest voices in that I know of when it comes to local marketing and social media marketing and things that actually convert. Right? Everyone says, "Why use social media marketing? I can just do it myself." Well, I've said that and it doesn't actually work that way. Ashley's in there working hands on with service based businesses, helping them stop hiding behind their logos, how to stop using their generic posting and what really works. We're going to talk about that tonight. So it's not about becoming an influencer, as far as I know, it's about becoming visible. So we're going to talk about what that means. And Ashley, I'm really excited to dig into this with you. And anyone who's watching or joining us on our Zoom, please feel free to raise your hand or put questions in the chat. If you're on Facebook, I think Patrick's going to be monitoring that to
Yeah.
see if you have any questions on Facebook. Please put them in there as well. We love to have the interaction. We go live mainly for the interaction, right? We want to be able to hear your questions and answer them live and help you out with anything that you might want to know. So all right, with that, we'll go ahead and let Patrick introduce himself a little bit further, and then we'll go with Ashley. So go ahead, Patrick.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm Patrick Russell, the co-founder, and my fancy title is Executive Vice President of Red Sleigh Workshop. I've been in the Christmas industry for 4 years now. I've been an entrepreneur since I was 21, so a lot of different business ventures, successful business ventures, a couple of non-successful business ventures, but like I said, Stacy's got all the Christmas knowledge. She's been doing it for 22 years, where I don't have as much of the knowledge, but I have more of the operations, the marketing, just the business side of things that I bring to the table. And we've been pretty successful, um, with both of our strengths this year, working with clients on installs or even just, um, what is it, helping them with their business, consulting. So, yeah, I've had a lot of fun. We've done a couple installs this year, and it was definitely a challenge, but with the right people and the right training, it was went a lot smoother than you would hope and expect. So, and then as far as Ashley, I got to meet her this year, and we've been working with her. She's been marketing the heck for us. So, yeah, it's been awesome. So we've been able to see the results of what they can do, and we're super excited to have her on. And Ashley, the floor is yours.
Ooh, hi everyone. Well, thank it was a great introduction. I don't know what else I really need to say. Um, I am founder of One Love Social. Yes, for those who are wondering, One Love Social, what does that mean? I'm a big Bob Marley fan. Big like Rastafarian at heart. One love, one world, one heart. That's kind of how I am, and so that's how One Love Social became. We are going into year 7 of business, and like the name kind of says it all, like social, right? So we've been in the social media game for 7 years, really heavy, especially in the paid advertising part, as far as like ads go on Facebook and Instagram. But we're also really big with organic. And so that organic and paid ads got kind of go hand in hand. And especially in the landscape now, you can't really just do one. You got to participate in both, because you're really going to be leaving a lot of money on the table if you're only doing paid ads and no organic, and you're leaving money on the table if you're only doing organic and not ads. So that's what we do. We're not like one of those agencies that does everything. And I do tip my hat to some of those agencies, because some of them do it really well. But what I have found is that most don't, because it's so hard to be good at so many things. So our thing is just social media. That's what we do. And we've serviced, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of home service businesses in the past 7 years. And yeah, I mean, also we've had a lot of successes. We've had failures too. We've 7 years in business. Anybody who's watching, I think all the trials and tribulations that can happen. But to last 7 years, especially in the social media game, it's pretty big, and it's something I'm really proud of. So
Yeah, that's a great accomplishment for any business to pass the 7-year mark. A little background on you. So before One Love Social, what did you do before you started getting into the social media marketing?
everything. But what's really funny, and I don't think I've ever been on camera saying this, but so I got my marketing degree, or my business degree, at FAU. And my very first job, I worked for a physical therapist. He had 3 offices. I did all their digital marketing, but I had a side business at the time. And I'm going to age myself when I say this, but some of you may remember a legging company called LuLaRoe. And I was a LuLaRoe consultant. Not only was I a LuLaRoe consultant, I was like #1 in Florida. I'm like selling these leggings. I was making an extra 10 grand a month at one time, in addition to my little marketing job. So I was making way more, you know what I mean?
Right.
Selling leggings and doing like live auctions on Facebook, like in Facebook groups. And so that's actually, I've always been very entrepreneurial, but it was LuLaRoe and the multi-level marketing that really pushed me into the social media world, because I had to sell these leggings. I just bought all like thousands and thousands of dollars worth of leggings and clothes, and the way to do it was social media, was especially through like Facebook groups. So that was kind of where I started, and that's when I learned I kind of had a knack for social media and getting people to do what I wanted them to do, and which was, in that case, buy leggings. So yeah, that's what and I've done many other things, but like I'd say like that's the thing that really catapulted me into the digital marketing space.
Perfect. That's awesome. The Red Sleigh exclusive, the LuLaRoe. I thought you were going to say Lululemon, but I'm not. I'm not really one to go to when it comes to leggings. I don't know much about them.
Stacy knew, like, she's
So
shaking her
yeah,
head. She
but
knows.
That
at
is,
first I
yeah.
thought you were going to say something with Blockbuster when you said you're going to age yourself. I was like, no way, she worked for Blockbuster. But anyways,
I never worked for
Oh
Blockbuster.
my gosh.
I had, this is funny. I stopped counting at one point, but I think I said I counted 80 jobs in my life. So I'm very ADD, and I've always felt this way, even before I read Rich Dad Poor Dad, where like if I would go into a job, I would learn as much as I can, and once I learned everything and I realized I wasn't going to move up anymore, I'm like, I'm out of here, and I'd go on to the next. So it's pretty amazing that I've been able to keep it together, actually. One Love Social for 7 years. I guess that's called passion,
right?
but
You found your
Yeah,
calling,
there's like a fine line between obsession and passion. It's like, which one is it? Right?
yeah,
Because I mean, for me, got to kind of be obsessed with what you're doing. You have to love what you're doing to keep it up for so long. Like me, for 22 years being in Christmas, I mean, you could say I'm obsessed with Christmas, but it's passion at the same time, very passionate.
yes,
a
yeah,
little of both.
both,
Exactly.
totally.
So thank you so much for sharing that. That's so funny. People don't know about me. Some people don't know that I used to work at a retirement community as a waitress. I would serve very old people their dinner every night. And I got fired from that job.
What did you do?
Well, It was a retirement community. I was really young. Like I was 14 years old and they let us work at that age on with work permits. But I got fired because I dropped a whole tray of drinks on a lady's head. Iced tea. Boom. But I mean, I was a kid. But yeah, that was my first like real job, big girl
She
job.
lived, right?
What?
She lived.
She lived. Yes,
Okay.
she was old, but she had that hairdo. And anyway, it
Oh
was
yeah.
Ruined the hair.
they
Yeah.
were so nice though. The elderly people at that community were so nice. They were really sweet. But it was a place where they'd just come downstairs from their rooms and eat in the dining room there. So it was, I could go, they had dinner at 4 o'clock. So it was like right after school, I'd go there and work. So yeah.
It's so cute. Patrick, did you have a weird first job or something?
I mean, I grew up shoveling snow and raking leaves and mowing lawns at 12. I worked for Kmart. If anybody
Whoa.
remembers Kmart, yeah, I was
Was that the only shop in your town there?
we had a JC Penney's and then like Vaughn's, but no, yeah, I worked for Kmart for a while and I hated it because it was so corporate, even in a small town. So I ended up working for a mom and pop grocery store, and that was awesome. And then doing all my, extracurricular side hustles, the phrase now, on the side when I wasn't working at the mom and pop grocery store. But yeah, I worked for Kmart for a while, stocking shampoo, like I don't even know what the department's called anymore, but it was where all the deodorant and shampoo and soap and all that stuff was. So, um, yeah, that was probably the weirdest job I've done. I serviced fire extinguishers for a while. I've done the storage industry, apartments. I have another business with real estate rentals. So, I've been all across the board. Hot tubs. I used to sell hot tubs for a couple of
Jacuzzis?
years. Jacuzzi. Well, they're called spas actually, but jacuzzi is a brand. Um, yeah, so I've done a little bit of everything and residential installation. What else have I done? I don't know. Bunch of stuff. Kind of like you. It was just I get bored of it, or hey, there's more money doing this, so I would just move over and start doing something else and make my time a lot more valuable.
I guess that's what I have a feeling. I don't know how many people are like listening in right now, but if we're all a bunch of entrepreneurs, drop in the chat if this is also you, if you've had several different types of
Right.
jobs.
Right.
Yeah, we'll see. There's a
What
couple
you
people on here
Yeah.
watching us, but yeah, put it
Put
in the
put
chat.
the weirdest or most interesting job that you've done before you started doing Christmas.
Right. Or service-based business. There might be
Yeah,
people on
service
here who
based.
aren't doing Christmas yet, but that's something that if you're watching because you're interested in starting Christmas, I would say go for it. Like most people are, if they're on the fence, like jump over the fence. I mean, I don't know. Ashley may have some insight about that, but for me, I'm like, just try it. Because I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen, right? You make an extra $40,000 in the season, and
Yeah, that's the worst that can
the
happen.
worst. Yeah, it's bad. I mean, that's what people say. Like they start out making that, right off the bat. I don't know people that have said they haven't made anything. Like most people make money the first season, but
Or
maybe not.
they think they're making money. That's the
Oh,
other thing.
Well, that's also
You
true.
know, you gotta get some good training because you can make $50,000, but you may not make more than 5,000 on that 50 if you bought too
or
much
a
product,
thousand, or lose
you're
money.
having to go out and do service calls, and if your margins aren't correct, you can definitely bring in 50 and only make five.
This is very,
So
very, very true.
so that's where good marketing comes from. So you get a bunch of leads, a good bunch of good qualified leads.
Quality
That's a big
leads, quality
that
leads.
that's a big one because you can get a bunch of leads, but if they're not quality, then it doesn't really matter. And if you
Right.
don't know how to price or do the job and it's taking you longer, so a good training to learn how to do it correctly to where it is profitable is definitely well worth the money.
Well, and you could have all the leads, but if you don't have a follow-up game, it's like, I mean, I learned it. This is for those of you who don't know, I started a Christmas light business this year, and you know, I thought I knew everything until I realized I knew nothing. Just kidding. I am just thankful that I have so many Christmas light professionals around me, and I've been in those circle for like years and years now. But it's not one thing, it's all of it. Like, obviously I killed it for marketing, you know what I mean? Like with, because that'd be strange if I didn't, right? We fantastic leads, fantastic follow-up. But oh gosh, yeah, you mentioned maintenance calls. I mean, how much really is that really costing every time we go out because somebody didn't screw a bulb in as tight as they needed to, or they used the wrong clip, or oopsie, a line was snipped. Like there's so many things. And so one of the things that I've learned, like just in this season, is definitely have my team, especially my lead installer, trained up. And trained is not one day of YouTube University, is also what I learned.
Oh, we have
Really?
Carlos in here. He said that he's had a lot of jobs from age of 16, but he was a restaurant manager. So,
Excellent.
Carlos, we have that in common there, the whole restaurant part. I never was a manager. I was just the server and everything, like dropping iced teas on people.
I was a I was a server and bartender, one of the 80
Ooh,
that
one of
I
your 80 jobs. Where were you a server at? What restaurant?
probably everywhere in Palm Beach County where I live. I worked at Chili's for I this is so weird. I worked at Chili's for all of like 3 days, about to get through the training, and I was looking around, and I forget, there was something that I really didn't like. I think the manager asked me to do something and I just was like not okay with it. So I said, "Excuse me, I need to go get my lip gloss out of the car." I went to my car, I left, and I never came back.
You didn't even say bye. You're just like, I'm gonna get lip gloss. Bye.
So my trainee must have been like, "Where did she go?" Or my trainer was like, yeah, I never even went to pick up the check. I was like, just keep it. I did you dirty. But yeah, I've worked in so many different restaurants. I never managed, but I feel like as a manager, you get a lot of like life skills. You have to learn how to manage people. Um, Also expectations of your customers. So I think you're already ahead if you've worked in like the service industry, especially as a manager. Like
Yeah,
you're
he said he worked at El Torito for 18 years.
Oh, I love El Torito. Oh my gosh, so good.
Yeah,
is that
just
like a California?
piggybacking on what Ashley said is, working as a restaurant manager, you're, managing all the employees, the schedule, the food, the kitchen, there's so many things that transfer over into a service-based industry, um, that you don't think about while you're done working at a restaurant doing what Carlos was doing, and then all of a sudden you got to start managing installs and employees, and it's it's different because you're putting up lights and stuff like that, but it's the same thing. So um a lot of stuff, yeah, he said it definitely helped me in my business. So a lot of people out there who aren't sure, you can take the stuff that you're learning at your current job and apply it to the Christmas industry, and a lot of it transfers over. It's not just about how to put up lights, it's scheduling, it's takedown, storage. Like there's so many different things that you're already doing just in a different industry.
Right. Right. One of the big things in the restaurant industry, one thing that helped me a lot is just the customer service side of it, where how do I talk to somebody? And I've not been the manager, like I said, at the restaurant, but learning how I would go to the manager all the time and say, "Oh, this person's upset," and then the manager have to come out and make it all okay, right? And I had to be that part of that interaction. But that was a lot of it, is putting up with all the different personalities for sure in the restaurant, and everyone's particular things, like this on the side and this with this, and all those things, and just really having to actually serve them. That really transfers over to whatever business that we're in, especially the Christmas business. So
It's like when I asked for extra salsa and I got extra sausage.
wait,
What?
you have to tell that story.
Yeah, we were in Coral Gables doing our install, and we went to
Unnamed restaurant. We're not going to say what it's
unnamed.
called. Mhm.
It rhymes with Lenny's. Um, but we went there, and it's a very heavy Spanish culture, so they weren't too fluent in English, which is fine. got my order, and then I just asked the waitress, "Hey, can I get 2 extra salsas to put on my omelet?" Yeah, okay, all right, cool. And then like 5 minutes later, she comes back with two sausage, and I was like, like instead of salsa, I got sausage, which hey, extra protein, so that was good. But there was a little bit of a language issue there, but yeah, so that was a fun one.
Yeah, it's there's always something amazing that happens at restaurants. So it's so funny. Well, let's get going. Carlos is laughing. He wants to bring you the sausage. So let's talk about a couple things. So first thing to say is that Ashley is going to be coming to speak on the installer series at Transworld Christmas Show. She said she was going to come, and I hopefully she'll come. I mean, we're going to see if she makes it. It's all the way in St. Louis in March. I believe she is speaking on that Friday. Maybe it's Saturday. I have to look at the schedule. I'm not going to say for sure. I have to look at the schedule, but you're up like at the end of the day in one of those days, either Friday or Saturday. And she's going to talk for an hour about um, being the face of your business or, lose business to someone who is, right? So that's like a big hot topic right now because of all of the AI stuff that's going on. And it's like, do I even have to be in front of the camera? Well, I think that Ashley has an opinion about it, and I believe her opinion matters. So we want to talk to her a little bit about that. Just really quick, for the big picture, like when you're dealing with a service-based industry, it's basically who you serve it, who you deal with all the time, right? What do you think their biggest marketing mistake is? What mistake are they making like right now that they need to like say, hey, I'm doing this different?
I think the biggest mistake is not having a tripod in their toolkit and at every install. I think that's the biggest mistake. Really, just by having it makes you want to use it because you go, oh yeah, I got to like document this for social media. But it is a psychological thing by having a tripod. I think that's the biggest miss, and it's one of the easiest misses because what all of you can do right now as you're listening to me and to this, live is go to Amazon, find a tripod, click buy now, and it'll be at your door in 2 days.
Or today, it comes sometimes the same day sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. So I
So
think that's the biggest miss.
I mean, the thing is, this is what happens with me. I'm just going to give my experience. Patrick on installs refuses to record anything. But if I had a tripod set up just at eye level recording from a distance, it would all be recorded. That's the first step, getting the tripod. But then once we get the recording, what the heck do we do with 5 hours of video? Like that's the next step is like, what do we do with that information?
You could do a lot. And I don't know that I would record a whole install from start to finish. Maybe one time would be cool. So then you have a nice time lapse. It's not necessary to do that. That takes up a lot of space. You know, just document the work. What does the customer want to know? And there's like so many FAQs. Hey, or even saying, hey, we're at this install today, and this is a funny one because look at how oddly shaped this roof is. I mean, you could really make engaging content on any job, and there's so many different types of content that you could pull, but I would not suggest making tons of time-lapse videos because that is a pain in the butt. And what you do, like if you do, I'm a big fan of talking head videos and a real big fan of skits, like doing like funny trends that we see on TikTok and and Reels. Most of those skits are very self-explanatory and easy to cut. But there's also people on Fiverr that can do it for you. When you work with a company like One Love Social, we do it for you. But we're not talking like we don't need movie production. In fact, movie production is out. Low effort, high volume is in. And this is stuff that any of us can do with our Android or our iPhones.
All
It's just
right.
doing it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And go
well,
ahead.
just going off that, I like I said, doing installs, I am horrible at filming. When we started Red Sleigh and we started working with you and we had to make all these videos, we had to, put a camera in front of our face and talk, and I was horrible at it. I'm getting better at it. But during installs, I get it. You want to get there, you want to get the job done and get to the next one because you're so busy. But at the end of the day, you know, an extra 15, 20 minutes isn't going to kill you. And it's like you say, it's not every job. You just do unique ones or stuff to stand out. Um, TikTok trends are not a big thing for me. I just got TikTok. So it's at RSW Patrick, I think. Um, but yeah, so but I watch them all. I mean, I don't get on TikTok as much. I post videos and then um but you know, I see all the stuff on Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that about and I'm, you know, I'm not young, but I'm not old. I'm in that weird spot. So when I see these videos, I'm like, what, why are they doing that? And then I actually go to the Google and type it in there and it's like, oh,
Google.
this is a new TikTok trend. And I'm like, oh, cool. So, but they are pretty funny.
I
So
think Ashley's going to inspire us to do some TikTok trends, Patrick. I think that's what she's getting, where she's hinting at. So
yeah,
yeah, we're going to get on
sorry.
it.
Ron Roby just said, hey, what's up, fam?
What's up, Ron?
You know, Ron's got it pretty good on social media. I feel like I see Ron everywhere on social media, like in Facebook groups, always engaging, promoting this, promoting that. Ron, if it's the Ron I'm thinking of, he does a great job.
Yeah.
Kingdom Christmas. And
And then
then
Zeke was also saying that tripods, you know, you can get them less than $20. And then
Yeah.
he quoted I go to the Google, which, you know,
we're going to put that as a clip off of this one for sure. It's
I
going to
mean,
be, I go to the Google.
fun fact is I would say everybody watching and on here is actually older than Google. So um that's always a fun fact to tell Gen Z and whatever the other ones are. We're older than Google. So,
So you better listen.
right?
Better
Get
listen up,
back.
you little whippersnapper.
So, but anyway, so
So
what? Yeah, I'll get back on topic here. What were we
yeah, I'm
talking
going to
about?
ask her. Yeah, squirrel. I'm going
Sorry.
to ask Ashley another question. So to say it like bluntly out to the people in the service-based industries now, like what's going to happen to their business if they don't adapt to marketing this upcoming year? Like what's going to happen?
Your business is going to be dead. And it sucks. It sucks. It's funny because like I've been in social media for so long, and I remember 7 years ago speaking at conferences, telling people, like trying to explain to them why they need to be on social media. It's now different. Everybody knows you have to be. And that's the best part. I don't have to like sit here and do a whole presentation of why. No, no, no. Everybody knows why, but it's like, oh, but what? You
Yes.
you are the what. You and your team are the what. And it's not a logo that you slap on a picture and call a day. Those were the days though. I do miss those days. Those are great. But
Back in my day.
back in my day, we just slapped a static, generic image
So,
from Shutterfly and threw a logo, and we're like, beautiful.
mhm.
Got all the engagement. But if you're not actively participating and participating in a way where it's engaging content and letting people know who your business is, then your business is not relevant and your business is. But the beautiful thing is it doesn't have to be that way. And you can start now. You could start tomorrow, and you're not behind. But you will be behind if you don't jump on soon, because your competitors are. And you know, Zeke could probably testify to this as well. Instagram is now indexed on Google. It's actually been indexed for a long time, but like they've come out and said, hey, like what you're putting on Instagram does matter, and it does pull up on Google. So, you know, it's almost like modern day SEO, but for social media. And if
Yeah,
that's
I
not,
was really excited to see that. Because I look at my own company, oh, let's see how we're doing because we're new, right? Red Sleigh Workshop is a new brand, right? Although I've been around for 5 years, this is brand new, just actually going live. And so I looked it up and I saw all of our little TikToks and Instagrams on there. I'm like, oh my gosh, we're here. Like it's all there on the under videos. I'm like, cool. So like what I'm putting out there is there. I always think it just gets lost and it's not going to anyone's algorithm and it's just going nowhere and no one's watching it. But then when I look at the data, like people are watching it and it's going places. But I don't know. It's not my business. I'm not into marketing. So I'm happy to see that it's out there.
right. And you know, another kind of like a misconception is is that if people aren't liking your, your post on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever, then nobody's watching. And it's actually not true. And that's also very different. 4 or 5 years ago, if you didn't get any likes, nobody was really watching. But like I now I don't even follow pages that I love. Like I'll like a reel or I'll send it to a friend. And I could just like not even like it or follow it. And that's not an Ashley thing. That's just how consumers act these days. And the more that you show up, the more people are seeing you. And I can say this as a small business owner, been doing this for 7 years. Almost every time that I post about business or something business related, I get a DM and or somebody booking a discovery call. Hey, I saw that post. Or somebody will screenshot a post of mine and be like, hey, is this true? Yeah, it is true. And but guess what? That person never liked this post. They never commented. I have one, this is kind of random. I have one out there. I was saying, I have an EA available for part-time. I got 7 likes, but guys, I had 15 inquiries about this EA, but everybody was just like going behind the scenes. And so it's not unique. It's not just because I'm bubbly Ashley. It's because I put myself out there. I have my social media and you guys can do it too. And I'm sure if you guys listening, I know you've done social media. I know you've done a little bit. I bet you can think of a time when you've made a really killer post that really resonated, that people reached out to you. So imagine if you could do that every time, if it was just predictable, because it can be.
Right. So we have a comment on here. Zeke was talking about the Google. It's pulling up under Google Business Profile now. Before it was just in search results, but the content from the video is what is getting indexed to match search queries and not just your brand name.
Yep.
So
Well, the
that's
nice
super
thing
cool.
is we actually are going to have Zeke on Friday.
Oh yeah.
Are we?
I think it's Friday.
Zeke, are you coming
So
on Friday? I think so.
yeah,
He's
it's
coming
Friday,
live Friday.
correct?
Yeah. We'll definitely
Um,
talk more about that on
but
Friday for
we're
sure.
going to talk a lot more about the Google and
The Google.
how to optimize all that stuff. And then he's coming to Transworld as well, right?
He's talking about AI. Yeah. How to
Yep.
Yeah.
use AI
Oh,
to
next
streamline your
Monday. Okay.
business.
He said next Monday he's on. So a week from today. Today's Monday, right? My days are all, it's that weird time between Christmas and New Year's. So my days are all
What
screwed
day
up.
is it?
So, perfect. Yeah, next Monday he's going to be on to talk about all that fun stuff. But, yeah, sorry,
That's
ADD again.
okay. Do we I have a question for Ashley again. So when an owner such as Patrick says I don't want to be on camera. I'm not good at this. I hate this. What do you tell them?
Founder-led content is going to be the best content. It just is. But because we live in a fun world, in this home service world, we do have team members. And we can let the team members do some of the heavy lifting. I've highly encouraged people, home service businesses, to do this, but I've seen it happen already in some other industries where, owners are paying a social media fee to their team, a couple $100 to each person. But with that, you have to record X amount of videos and you got to document X amount of content. But if you have a part of the requirements for that position and to compensate for it, again, a couple $100 is amazing. There you have it. I don't think that you have to be in every single video, Patrick. I think you have a partner in crime, Stacy, who is magnetic and amazing. And actually, it's all of her videos that are converting anyway. So I think you have Stacy here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I mean, yeah, it's true. I mean, no one knows who I am. Everyone knows who Stacy is. So
But that's
I've
part of
been
your brand, right?
exactly. So I've been posting videos, pretty much every day to, you know, show who I am and so people recognize me a little bit. So it's not all on Stacy's shoulders, but she also didn't offer me money when we started making the videos, which, I'm gonna call her out on that live. Um, but no, it's right. I mean, even some of our partners, in the industry, they have employees that do all of their they're the the person when they go to um come to a training or go to their warehouse, they, oh my gosh, that's so and so from the video. So it may not have to be you as the business owner, but just having someone on there who is comfortable doing it. And I mean, some people just, have a face for radio. Um, and other people just aren't, they just freeze up when they get on camera. So if you can get someone, if it's not you, it's someone else to be doing these videos and this content, then that's perfect. So I like that idea.
Yeah, well, we have people on here right now that are on Zoom with us. If they want to jump on camera real quick and introduce themselves and their company, we can just practice right here with Ashley on how to do that. I don't know, Stan or Brett or Bryce, you want to jump on real quick and say who you are? Who do we have on here?
There he is.
Oh, there's one.
Hey, Brett.
Oh, we can't hear you. You're muted.
Can we ask him to unmute?
He's unmuted, but he's not, it's not coming through.
Okay. Well, Brett, if you could just do the Macarena for us on camera, that would count. Perfect.
Perfect.
Oh,
Funny.
I did that in one of my workshops that I did this season. I spoke at a couple of events, and it was getting business owners to get in front of the camera, and I had everybody stand up and tricked them into doing the Macarena.
I was there for that.
We were there for one of them. Mhm.
Oh yeah,
We
yes.
did it.
Yeah,
We did the
yeah.
Macarena.
You
Yeah,
were
it was
in like
amazing.
Greece or somewhere.
Yeah.
And yeah, we were at the certified lights installer training, and you hopped on and got everybody up, and yeah, we did the Macarena. It took us back to the early days.
Can you guys hear me?
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
there you are.
we can hear you.
There you go.
How are you?
Hey, sorry about that, man. Macarena brings back some good times. So I'm sorry, what was I supposed to do?
So just tell us who you are, your company, and then just what are you doing for marketing? Do you get in front of the camera? Are you posting daily? What's your experience going
So my
forward?
name's Brett Redfern. I'm with Aggieland Christmas Lights, and Christmas Lights is kind of pretty much what we do, seasonal. In terms of marketing and getting on camera, I mean, we're Google, social media, um, LinkedIn, really just even Pinterest. I'm not getting on there super active and just being the go-to guy, where that's like camera always on my face. Not my forte. Trying to get better at that. But I definitely know our engagement is a lot higher whenever I do that. So I've been trying to work on doing that and getting a little bit better at it. Um, so
Do you have any tips or tricks, when you first started to maybe the last video? I know that me and Stacy, she found this Cutco or I don't even know what it's called, but it put the script on there. And so, I that's how I started. I started doing that, and um I hated it. So now I just go to where I have a topic that I'm going to talk about, and I just get in front of the camera and start talking. And sometimes it's one take, sometimes it's 10. Um,
Sometimes I
so
cut it up before we post it.
yeah. So
so you guys are way more professional at that than I am. I've been winging it. But I would definitely say having a layout of what you want to talk about ahead of time, maybe rehearsing it a little bit, seeing, like I said, recording it a few times before posting it, because man, between lighting and sound quality, there's a lot of different factors that are going to play into that. But also just don't be scared to put yourself out there, because most of the time there's a lot of people that are not going to see that based off of algorithms and stuff. But there are a lot of people that are just super camera shy that don't want to be in front of it because they're like, oh, I don't have the face, I don't have the voice. Nobody really cares. Like, the people that are going to buy from you are probably people that you don't even know you. So that's even better. Like, you want to appeal to those people, I'd say. So
Yeah. So
Yeah,
let's hear from Ashley. Ashley, what is your opinion on what the feedback we got from Brett so far?
You're like an ideal client. Like you're not scared. You already know it works. You know, I think what you said should resonate with a lot of people because you're in the field, you have a successful Christmas light business, and you literally have just said to them, yeah, guys, it works. And I think people get scared because we're scared of being judged, but like we're gonna be judged no matter what the heck we do, you know?
Right.
Judged if we do, judged if we don't. And I think just like being authentic, you know, and not authenticity doesn't necessarily mean like be vulnerable about everything in your life, by the way. But I think as long as we're authentic, who cares? And we all strive for perfection, but honestly, even if the lighting's not right, who cares? Just do it. It's an extra rep that you didn't have out there before. You
Right.
know? I fumble sometimes with that. I've been a little bit better now with it, where I had to be the right angle and do my eyelashes look okay? And now I'm just like, oh, who cares? Nobody cares. And then I've experimented with it because the same type of post, I just wanted to post right away because I had this idea and I posted it instead of being 100% ready and having it 100% executed the way I wanted to. I still got discovery calls booked because of it. So that was just proof to me that nobody is judging me the way that actually I'm probably judging myself.
yeah, we're our harshest critic most of the time. But even like he was saying, Brett was saying, the sound quality. We're talking about a couple different things like a tripod or buying the wireless mics. I mean, the difference in the sound quality is night and day. So we're
Yeah,
talking,
we got those wireless microphones on Amazon for like $25, and it was a pack of four, so we can each wear one and we can pass them off to people when we're interviewing them and things like that. So
yeah. So I mean,
connects right
just
to the phone.
yeah,
Yeah.
the tripod, the mics. We're talking under $50 to totally change your marketing and what you're doing and to bring in new viewers and new people to your business. It's a very small investment, and getting in front of the camera is free. And it's always fun to go back and look. I have a whole compilation of me 12 words in and then going totally mind blank and then just swearing, of just like, oh man, what was I going to say? But that's when you learn editing, or you find somebody who's good at editing and they can take those good 12 seconds and make it into something cool, and then send you your blooper reel at the end of the year of just, Patrick dropped the F bomb 42 times, while doing videos. So it's those don't make them live. I mean, if you meet me personally, I could probably show you a couple of them. But yeah, so practice makes perfect, but you're never gonna be perfect every time. So, and then I will say, we're talking about doing the Macarena when we were kids and then doing it at your thing. That's where I first learned that I have no rhythm, was when I was a kid trying to do the Macarena. So I know my strengths. I'm not going to get on TikTok and do dancing videos like,
Oh, you will. We're gonna
mm, um, we can agree
just
to
watch.
disagree. But I'm very outgoing. I like to crack jokes. I like to have fun. So any of these trends that are just messing around, having a good time, like I'm down to do those, but I'm not going to sit here and dance in front of a camera and talk about Christmas. So like, that's why Stacy's here. She's a good dancer, so she can do all those dancing videos. And yeah. But yeah, so it's just doing what's comfortable. It's weird to get in front of the camera at first, and then you get used to it, and then I'm 38, so TikTok trends is a whole new thing for me. Um, but I enjoy doing it. I enjoy getting in front of the camera and just having fun and letting people know who I am. I mean, I think that's the biggest thing is, like you say, Stacy's posts are the most engaged. Well, yeah, because Stacy's a legend. She's the Christmas queen. And then they're like, who's this dude? So they can kind of get to know me through my videos. And then
People
when
know
they come
you.
to one of our trainings, or if they see me at Transworld or a trade show, they'll kind of know, hey, that guy's approachable. He's a funny guy, So that's what I like about it. People are getting to know who I am, and um, that's my big thing is just, hey, put myself out there. And when I see people in person, we can chat and laugh and have a good time.
Yeah, I don't know if Brett signed up for our training yet or not. I can't remember if he.
Ooh, she put me on blast. Like
That
5 minutes in.
was a
No,
segue right there.
yeah, Stacy, I came across you probably like 3/4 of the way during the season. Asked around about you. People talk. People know who you. So they all vouch. I was like, all right. Well, whenever I slow down from all the chaos, I'm gonna reach out and kind of keeping up with you on LinkedIn and just keeping tabs. And so
Yeah,
yeah,
so
we'll
we
get
have the
linked up.
2 hour with the 2 hour consultations that we do. It's $500 each for a 2 hour session. That's usually where we start out. And then after that, we have our trainings that are the 2 day trainings coming up in February. We have one at the end of February, and then we have one in March, and then we have Transworld in the end of March. So we have that coming up on the schedule. There's lots of opportunity
Yeah.
to learn more about commercial Christmas through us, and that's our plan. I mean, we'd love to have everybody there, but we only have seats for a certain amount of people. So
Right.
if you don't make it to the February one, maybe you come in March, or even in April, we have some coming up. But we really want to make sure that I get as much information out to help you be successful with your business. Just like how Ashley just tells you right straight how it is. Like, this is what you do for marketing. Like, I'll tell you, this is what to do for commercial Christmas. It's just, you know,
Right.
that's what I breathe and live and sleep and dream about at night. It's the worst. It's like, Christmas lights. But it's not just lights. I mean, it's really, our season's over now, and thank goodness. But it's like, it's
Well,
amazing. It's so cool to see. Well, it's not over yet. We have takedown,
yeah,
but
the
it's just really,
installations are done, but now we got to take everything down
yeah,
and
that's going to
store
happen
it
starting next
and
week.
yeah, that'll
So
be
how did you link up with Ashley on this? Because I'll tell you, I got cookied with her stuff as well from, I don't know if it was from contracting, group pages or what, but how did you guys all get tied in together?
Ashley, do I tell the story or me?
Um, I guess like it's a small world, man. Like I've been going to the huge convention for
Mhm.
like 6 years. And Stacey, I mean, we were like, there's not many women that go. So we must have met like 5 years ago. I
Five
think
years. It was 5 years ago.
was it the one in Atlanta that remember when the huge was no,
I don't remember. I just know that I saw you, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a female in this industry. It's like, let's talk. And then we connected. We got our selfie because I have that selfie still. And I just, people kept asking me. I remember posting with you, and then I kept getting a bunch of calls asking like for referrals. Oh, is Ashley good to work with? What do you suggest? I'm like, I don't really know her very well, but I do trust that the people she's working with like what she's doing. So I did refer you off to a couple of people, and we've just been knowing each other since then. And it's been great. And this year, when we started Red Sleigh Workshop, we hired One Love Social for our paid advertisements, and it's just been great. It's been really great because her team knows what they're doing. Like, they know exactly what our audience wants, and that's been really successful for us so far. So I
yeah,
have no complaints.
they're the reason you've seen all of our ads. I
It's her
mean,
fault.
you know,
and
yeah.
that we're
So,
also there's retargeting going on, Brett. Also, sorry about that.
but yeah, I mean, and then I met Ashley this year. Hell, when we signed up, it was like, hey, we're gonna talk to Ashley from One Love Social, and we hopped on a Google call or something. I don't even remember, and so just started basically everything she's saying now, she started talking about in those Google calls. And then I've known Stacy for years now when I was doing residential, and she worked for her other company that she used to work for. So that's how I met her. Um, and then we started Red Sleigh Workshop this year, and it's been a lot of fun. But yeah, Cole's in here. Cole was actually he was at the certified lights training when you made everybody do the Macarena.
Oh,
We got to
Oh,
see
Cole.
Cole do
Yeah, Cole got
Macarena.
to do
Yeah,
that
yeah,
too.
Cole's in here, and
Hmm.
he killed his Christmas this year, man. He did a lot of great work. He's in the Houston area, and
impressive.
it was really fun watching him do all of his installs. And I will he posted a lot of content, so he took your advice just from that certified lights training, and he posted a lot of videos and a lot more than I would have done. But And that's a good thing. Like I said, I'm not good at stopping and recording and doing all that stuff. So, yeah. But anyway, sorry, another tangent there. I
That's
have my
okay.
ADHD is strong today. So,
That's just being relatable.
right.
Yeah.
That
Oops.
was going to be a question I have for Ashley. So we talked earlier about being authentic on your online on your videos, right? There's like some people that say don't use a script, and some people say we can tell you're reading or whatever. Like we don't care. And I don't care if people think I'm reading because I'm most of the time I'm reading a script because I'm not confident on camera. I mean, surprise, surprise. But like, there's a difference. What's the difference between being confident and then being authentic? Like how can you explain that to somebody like me who's just like, well, what do I do?
Well, I think it depends what kind of content you're trying to put out there, like what the point is. But we're all experts in what we do, right? We're the founders, so nobody's going to be able to explain what we do better than us. So I like to do 15-second type videos where like it's a quick question that I can answer, like because you can't really flub that. You don't necessarily need a script for that. But if you're going to town, like I can go to town on things sometimes. I need a script because I squirrel and I ramble. I mean, I could sit here and talk for 20 minutes and be like, oh God, what was that question again? So I don't hate on anybody that wants to use a script. I think it's totally fine. And there is Descript, which we use sometimes in our agency that like stops your eyes from reading. So like even if it looks like you're reading, like you just upload your video into Descript and like you can't tell. So I wouldn't, whether you're writing a script or you're just, shooting from the hip, just remember you're the expert in what you do. So anything that you're saying is true. I mean, you're talking about your business and what you do.
Right.
That's cool. I didn't know about that eye movement thing because that was my biggest thing. That's why I don't like doing scripts because either they don't move fast enough on the screen and I'm like getting ahead and then I'm pausing and waiting, or it looks like I'm reading. So that's awesome. I didn't know they had that.
Yeah. Well, and you can play with it too. Like you can like mess with the speed, and the spacing.
Right.
I mean, this is what we do now, right? In 2026, 2025. These are the little skills that we get the privilege of learning.
Right.
I
Have you
just
ever done that before, Brett? Have you used a script like when you're talking on a video?
no, I've heard about it recently, but yeah, no, that's super. Like I said, more modern than what I've ever been used to dealing with. Normally, it'd just be Patrick or something, someone in the background with some cue cards. Not really. Really, it's like literally just a note card, right?
Yeah.
Just with like maybe a keyword to remind you of something. But yeah,
What area are you in?
College Station, Texas, which
Oh,
is
okay, cool.
yeah,
So you're a couple hours away by Santa's Wonderland.
yep, yeah. We do all of that. No, I'm just
That's
kidding.
awesome.
That'd be
I was
really
gonna
cool.
say, like holy smokes, but
Yeah.
awesome. Well, I guess we could talk about our 2-day training. Stacy was talking about the $500 uh, 2-hour consultation. We love for people to go through that, and we talk about their business, where it's at, where they want to be, and how to get there. And even if you're just doing residential and you want to go from 100 houses to 200 houses, mostly we try to get installers that are, seasoned and that they want to get into commercial Christmas. The cool thing about, we want people to go through that so we can understand your business and help your business. But also, if you go through the 2-hour, $500 training, and then you want to come to our in-person training, we take that $500 that you paid and we discount it from the price of the training because in an ideal world, we'd have everybody go through our 2-hour consultation so that when they're at the training, we can tailor it to what that group needs to learn more. Um, but yeah, Stacy's pulling up, yeah, the $200 or excuse me, $500 2-hour training. But yeah, when you go through the training, we come up with a tailored plan for your business, how you're going to get to where you want to be in the next season. Um, and like I
So
said,
it's pretty simple. You can book right here. There's slots open on my calendar. So like say you wanted to meet next week, I have some time on the 8th. I probably have to fix this because I probably won't have time that day. I
Yeah.
think we're looking at it. We'll do some deinstallations, but we'll be in Florida this whole week. But I have time on my calendar right there. You just click through and you can pay right there for the consultation. And people ask me, like, should I do the consultation and the training or just do one or the other? And I say both. Not because I want to make a lot more money. Like he said, that $500 goes towards your training if you come to in-person training. So basically, it's the $500 is to really get an idea of where you're at and what are the gaps we can help fill and what you really need. Because every single business owner I've worked with has different needs. Every single one is at a different level. Some of them are making $500,000 a year. Some are doing $20,000 a year. Some are doing $3 million a year. Like it just, everyone's in a different place, and every level has a different need. So that's why we have this consultation. So
And then yeah, we do take it off the price of our in-person training, which we're having February 19th and 20th. Ooh, I got it right. March 12th and 13th. And then we're actually doing a one-day training at the Trans World Christmas Show, March 25th. It's the day before the show. And then April 9th and 10th, April 23rd, 24th. So the training, the in-person training, we pay for your hotel room. We pay for food for the 2 days. So all you have to do is pay for your seat in the training, and then however you're getting to San Antonio. So whether that's driving, flying, Ubering, whatever, your hotel is covered, everything's covered. And it's a day and a half of classroom A to Z, everything you want to know about getting into commercial Christmas, RFPs, marketing, everything you want to know. Plus, we're going to do half a day of actually putting stuff together. We're going to put together 20-foot plus trees. We're going to large scale decor items, pole mounts.
we talked
So
about
it's,
street banners today too. Remember, we're
yeah,
adding that in
we're
there.
we're going to be showing you how to put up banners. I mean, one of the most underutilized um, selling points in commercial Christmas is banners. People just aren't offering them as another thing for their clients. So, but yeah, so our 2-day training, we want you to come out. We actually, I don't know if we posted it today. We were doing our year-end wrap up, but do you have the end of the year sale price?
Yes, it's on here. It's listed on here.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So right here it shows the special price
Okay, yeah.
discounted. Mhm.
As a business owner, today is the 29th, so we have 2 more days of being able to get some write-offs.
Great.
So yeah, so we're giving a $299 discount, end of year, you know, write-off special, so you can book your seat and save a little money, and also save a little money on taxes by booking it. So yeah, you can go to redsleigh.workshop.com, find out all about that. Yeah.
Yeah, my accountant has been messaging me. Is there anything you need to prepay for 2026? And I'm like,
Right. And so here's Miss Ashley's website. And so you can book a call with her, and then she lists her services on here. And then, I mean, trash bin cleaning, who knew? Who knew? I mean, people do that. I need my trash bins cleaned. Christmas lights, landscape, permanent lighting. I mean, med spas. Ooh, that's one too. I
yeah.
like the med spas. But so yeah, if you want to talk a little about what you do, Ashley, just so we can
Oh,
let our
sure. Well, so nobody gets into One Love Social unless you book a discovery call with us, because we got to make sure that it's a good fit for everyone. I kind of said it in the beginning of the live that what we do is just social media. So I don't try to be like Zeke. We don't do SEO. We're not doing Google ads. We are Meta. We are Facebook. We are Instagram. We do the paid ads, and then we also do organic. That's what we specialize in. And typically, most of our clients are signing a 3-month contract, and then we kind of go month to month after that. And really, that's just because it takes about 3 months to really start to see results and see the consistency of the leads. And sometimes, a Facebook lead may come in month 1, and ghosts you till month 3. So I like to say, give it 3 months to really see. And you know, you'll jump on a call with me. So like if anybody's, you know, interested, it'll be me that you talk to. We'll have like a 15-20 minute chat. We'll talk about your business. We'll talk about what you've done for marketing, how maybe we could work with you, and what that would look like.
Yeah,
And
it's very helpful.
Yeah, and
All
we
right.
same thing. We have a discovery call. So if you're not sure if Red Sleigh Workshop is right for you, we have a 15-minute discovery call as well, just to make sure it's, you know, we don't want you to pay all this money and it, you know, not be what you need. So we want to help your business any way we can, and if it's just not going to be a good fit, then we don't, you know, we don't want to waste your time and we don't want to waste our time. um JC Barrera just came on. Hey, JC. um so yeah, the 15-minute discovery call, those are those on the website?
I our website's doing something weird right now, so I can't remember. We had to call have it fixed today, so
Yeah, you can always message us. We're on Facebook,
yeah,
Instagram, the
please. You
TikTok.
can find us on every
Yeah,
social.
we're on
that's
everything.
The
really big on
TikTok.
TikTok right now.
Who?
You.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm horrible about even checking my messages. It'll be like you have 3 new messages, and it's usually all like I don't even know. It's like no one's
It's
ever
me.
messaged me on there. Yeah, but um, but yeah, you can message us. We can set up a 15-minute call and just, you know, see what you're looking for, what you need, and if we can help you get there, and we'd love to work with you. But if not, we also refer out. It's like, hey, this is what you're looking for. That's not really what we're doing or what we specialize in, but here's some other people who can help you, who would benefit you a lot more. So we're not just, you know, going, hey, yeah, work with us. We'll do it. You know, it's we want to make sure everybody's winning in their industry what they need. And if we can't do it, we can definitely point you in the right direction of someone who can.
Yep.
So
So
Stan, Brett, Bryce, do you guys have any questions or comments, concerns? Do you want a suggestion board?
Let's see. So anybody that's, I guess, questioning the discovery call, like, hey, why do you do that? Like I said, it's to get rid of tire kickers. I think everyone should be doing that, pre-screening even your leads, because you know how it is when someone calls and they want everything, and then you send them a bill and then you don't hear anything. And so I don't know. I think that $500 is probably a good investment, and same thing with the discovery call. So, you know, make sure everyone aligns, and yeah.
yeah, I with the $500 2-hour consultation, it really helps to get a clear vision of where your business is at and what your goals are. And some people after that call, and I'm whoever's taking the call with me that's on here can definitely can comment on it, that I give back a report within 48 hours of our call. It talks about all the points that we had and my recommendations, but also it gives the business owner a sense of like where they want to be and a vision for the future, right? Because a lot of times it just takes, you got to talk it out. And Patrick and I did this today. We had our visioning session today, and it really helps us to get it out there. You know, I do believe greatly into like the, you know, the talking things through and like making goals and plans and having these ideas, because without a plan, like how are we going to get there? And just really having that open communication is so important. And in business, that's definitely it helps to talk it through with somebody and make that plan and get excited about it. Like for me, I'm so excited for 2026, just because I love this industry and all the people in it are amazing, and so it just makes me super excited to work with everybody and see them succeed. You know, because if you guys succeed, I succeed. It makes me happy.
So Ashley, is that kind of what you're doing on your discovery calls as well, as trying to get an idea and a feel for it, or help people come up with plans and whatnot for their creative social aspect as well? Or
I definitely give pointers when they're asked. Usually, what I'll do is I'll just try to qualify to make sure that people even, you know, that it makes sense.
right.
Usually, what'll end up happening is we'll ask the client, how big their service area is. I'm going to try to find out real quick if advertising, like paid advertising, is going to work. And then I start asking questions about like, what does your team look like and how busy are you? Okay, so if I gave you a content sheet with exactly what to do, would you be able to do this?
Right.
And like one of the questions on there, I think I still have it on there, is are you willing to film 1 to 2 hours a month?
Right.
And
Okay.
if you answer no, it says, well, maybe we might not be the right fit at this.
Yeah. How can you do your job if I mean, like I said, this is the whole point of this call, is being the face of your own business, right? So how can One Love Social help if you don't even want to help yourself? Like, you can only do so much with what you're given. So
it's so true. I mean, I have, we have clients that have been with us for a long time, and we do like their organic stuff. And I think we just spoiled them so much in the beginning because it's different, right? We didn't have to do all this getting on camera 2, 3 years ago, especially 3, 4 years ago when I've had some of these clients. So it's been really hard to get through to them. Like, hey, we're still doing your social, but like, we need you to participate now. But it's a give and take. And I also, at one point, you're asking for too much too. So I don't feel like we asked for too much, but I'm gonna need more than a static picture.
yeah.
So, and I usually, like, when we're getting new clients in, I'm no dummy. Okay, I've been doing this for a long time. I just try to get as much as I can that first ask, because I also know they ain't doing this next month. They'll probably do it next quarter. So if me and my team can get enough that first request, actually pretty good for a couple of months.
Awesome.
That makes sense. So we're gonna have to wrap it up here, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ashley, so much for coming on. Thank you, Brett, for coming on, and Bryce, Stan, and Patrick for being here. Just before we go, it's Monday. It feels like I don't know what day of the week it is, but it's Monday. And so I want to ask Ashley to challenge everybody who's listening, like one thing they should post this week by Friday. Like, what's one thing that you can challenge us to do?
Okay. So there is a trend right now on Instagram, and it's out 2025, like what's out for 2026, sorry, and what's in for 2026. And I want you to make a list of 10 things that are out for 2026 and 10 things that are in. And you're going to have to relate it to your business. So one of them would have to be, what is out is installing your own lights and getting a big medical bill because you fell off the ladder. That's out. But what's in is actually hiring and pre-planning your Christmas lights for next season. So that's a trend. Any business can do it. Just relate it to your business. That's my challenge.
Okay. So that's a challenge. By Friday, everyone who's watching and on this call needs to do the trend of what's out for 2025, what's in for 2026, top 10 things. And where are we posting it? On
and
what platforms and how?
At least tag me in the comments. You're going to put it on Instagram and Facebook.
Tag us as well.
Yes, tag us. Tag Red Sleigh Workshop, or just tag Red Sleigh Workshop.
And tag Ashley.
And tag Ashley.
And if you
and then
give it a like, and I'll comment. And we all want that engagement.
And then be on the lookout for ours. So
yeah. I'm open to it. I'm down. I'll do it.
I better
now I gotta get on the Googler and Google this trend so I can see
you gotta get on your Oracle.
Okay.
So
let's do it, guys.
awesome.
Okay, Stan's gonna do it. Bryce, are you in? I didn't see Bryce say it. Brett, are you in? You guys in?
I mean, you had me at Macarena, so yeah.
Perfect. And whoever else is watching, let's go. You got till Friday. If you're watching this on the replay.
Cole, Zeke, Robert Smith. Yeah, everybody, post them by Friday, tag us in them. And reach out. We'd love to hear from all of you. And
yes,
Ashley, thank you so much. It's always great to see you and talk to you. It's always a fun conversation. So and then we're really looking forward to seeing you at Transworld.
Yes.
So
yes. So we'll see you then. Thank you, Brett. Thank you, everybody, for being here.
Thanks, everyone.
All right. Have a wonderful night. Bye.
Bye.